So question 10 from last night's homework. It says 2 spinners are spun and the results are added, right? So basically you have, a spinner. It's like the what you call it? It's like the twister thing. Okay, so one spinner is divided into 3 sections. Okay, so one spinner is divided into 3 sections, and it's you can get a number 1, or you can get a number 3, or you can get another number 5. So there's an arrow there that you spin around, right? The other spinner is also divided into 3 sections, and on that you can get a 2, a 4, or a 5. Okay, so you spin both. Okay, and they say you add your results, right? Okay, so basically if you spin this one you get number 1, and you spin this one you get number 5. You add 1 and 5 makes 6. If you spin this one and get 3, spin this one and get a 4, 3 and 4 makes 7. Okay, so they said do a 2-way table. Now these are actually in the section for tomorrow, so we're just getting a head start. So you can get a 204 or 5. Oh, sorry, it's 204 or 6. Right, a 204 or 6 on that spinner, and on this spinner you can get a 1, a 3, a 1, a 3, or a 5. Okay. So your results then. Okay. So if you get a 1 on the first spinner and a 2 on the second spinner, 1 and 2 makes 3. So your score is 3. If you got a 1 on the first spinner and a 4 on the second, 1 and 4 makes 5. If you got a 1 on the first and a 6 on the second, so that makes 7. 1 and 6 makes 7. If you got a 3 first and then a 2, that makes 5. If you got a 3 and then a 4, you get 3 and 4 makes 7. If you got a 3 and then a 6, that makes a 9. Right? If you got a 5 with a 2, that makes a 7. A 5 with a 4, that makes a 9. A 5 with a 6, that makes an 11. Okay, so they're all the possible results. So you could have got a score of 3, a score of 5, a score of 7, a score of 5, a score of 7, a score of 9, or a score of 7, 9, or 11. Okay, so they're all your results. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 results. So it says calculate the probability of getting an even number. So out of 9, how many are even? And the answer is 0, because none of them are 0. So the answer is 0 out of 9, which is just 0. So you have no chance of getting an even number, because every single number possible score you could get is odd. Right? Okay. I'm also going to do on the book that you're fixing up tonight. Right? Okay. I'm going to do, some people ask me for question 11, so I'm going to help you out with, so it's page 149, question 11. Okay, right. A square dartboard, so here we have a square dartboard, so you're throwing the darts at the square dartboard, is divided into 16 smaller squares, so the 16. 14 of the squares are painted as shown. What colour should the 2 remaining squares be painted so that the probability of landing on red is 3 out of 8 and it is impossible to land on black? Okay, so 3 out of 8, so what's that? The probability that red is, you want it to be 3 out of 8. Now there's 16 squares on it, okay, so 3 out of 8 is the same as, to go up to 16, multiply 8 by 2, you get 16, multiply 3 by 2 and you get 6. So basically I want 6 red squares. So on that board I want to have 6 red squares. So if I count the ones that are there already, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to count, I have to color one of them red. So I definitely have to color one red. So I have 6, right? So one of them gets colored red, and it is impossible to land on black. So I'm not allowed to put in black, right? Okay, so you could red and any other color, right? Any color except black and red. So the last square can be any colour except red or black. Okay, so it can't be red because then it would be 7 out of 16, and it can't be black because then it's possible to lend on black, and you want it to be impossible to lend on black, right? Okay, so you basically make it any colour except red or black. Sorry. Okay, right, and then part 2 of question 11. What colours should the 2 remaining squares be painted so that the probability of landing on red is twice the probability of landing on blue? So let's look at blue, right? So blue is 3 out of 16. So you want red to be double that. So blue is 3 out of 16. You want red to be double that. So double that would be, multiply by 2 would be 6 out of 16. So you want the probability of red to be 6 out of 16. So you already have 5 reds. So you must paint one more, a second one red. Okay, right. And the last one, it can't be red. So not red or not blue. So not red, not blue, because if you painted it blue, this will become 4 out of 16, and this has to be 8 out of 16 then. And if it's, so you're not allowed to paint it blue, you're not allowed to paint it red, because if you paint it red, it's going to be 7 out of 16, which will not be double that. Okay, so that's all that question is, just a bit of thinking about there. Okay, so I'll leave the rest of the questions with you until tomorrow. So you page 149 to 150. I want you to do 8 up to 15. Remember, 8 to 12 are done already, so you just go back over them because you know more information now, and you cannot do question 11 because I just have it corrected there for you. Okay? So I'll talk to you tomorrow on Zoom.